lover and protector. The same as I have to you. And to Peter. And the same as you have to Jamie.
But we didn't ask for this job.
We didn't have to. It's built in. Has been ever since the dawn of time, when a few wild dogs took it upon themselves to watch over man. To bark when he's in danger. To run and play with him when he's happy. To nuzzle him when he's lonely. That's why they call us man's best friend.
Hi, welcome to Mimi's Place. I'm Mimi. Gotta love me. And this is this channel's where we talk about the 12 laws of mind that govern our lives and how it's best to work with them and be aware of them and incorporate them into our lives. One of the things that a lot of people, have trouble with after they learn these laws is special persons, and I call it affairs of the heart, because you've taken on a lot of things about loving another person and the kind of things that people do to each other in relationships, and I'm sure many of you have experienced it. And maybe something terrible happens, and then you go seek out, how can I fix this with law of attraction, because you've been using law of attraction. But what you don't realize is, the law of attraction is always working. You don't turn it on and turn it off. Maybe you do realize that, but there's certain things you really want to experience, so you use it to do that. But then your reliance has been put upon the law itself. You're putting a reliance upon something that, yes, it's true and sure and always works. But once you put it on a pedestal, it stops working. Because a human being was made to love. That's your purpose. And God made life so you could name it different stuff and love. Love it, but don't put it on a pedestal. Okay, you don't put it on a pedestal. You're the lamp. You're the lamp that rests on top of the pedestal. Okay, the pedestal is God. It's mind, it's consciousness and imagination. And you were made to love. Just like a spider was made to weave. No one teaches a spider how to weave a web. The closest thing you get to something teaching another are birds and animals that teach their young. And many of them, they're not really being taught. They're being shoved into the deep end and said, swim. Don't worry about it. You can swim. Right? And because, you've been raised objectively with people who think objectively, and, so you had an objective outlook, then, of course, it becomes, jaded. That's what we call it. It becomes jaded. Green with the envy, green with jealousy, it's that kind of thing. You don't want to be jaded. So, it ties back into your purpose. What are you here for? To love. To love, to express love. Okay? Love. It's always growing, always it's spirit. It's something you just innately know how to do. No one teaches you. You just do it. And this is why we love our pets, because it's the story of the cat and the dog. And for a long time, cats and dogs fight each other, and we just believed they did. But then, some, like me, came to realize that, we had a dog come to us when he was very young, and our cat was a little older than him, and he started thinking he was a cat. He would be a cat. He'd dump in the, you know, litter box. He'd jump onto the windowsill and lay in the sun. And, he would do cat things with the cat. But he was also a dog, you know. So there are times when he'd do his zoomies, and he'd do these, eights under our table, and the cat would sit on top of the table and jump on him. The cat is the creative imaginative force, okay? And the dog is consciousness and the heart. Consciousness in the heart, consciously aware of love. This is divine love's story. And you were made to express her, to express love. So it's, the he part, which is, you see something, you want something, okay. If you want, then there's a desire. And if there's a desire, there's an obstacle. You think you can't have it, So you just get into the habit of accepting them. And don't think about them anymore, because it doesn't matter. There's a million more things out there to love. There's a million more people, maybe one even more perfect for you than that one that you caught your eye, and you're willing to love everything. I love it all. It doesn't matter. I know love will find me because I love love. And we're all taught that, you're just in love with love itself. Yes. And then we take on what they say about that. You're not being realistic. This and that and the other. No, I am in love with love itself. There's just nothing better than the feeling of love. It's sheer bliss. When you really, really think about it and dig into it. And, if you're one of the third eye proponents of, going in and doing the I ams and, opening up to that so that you actually touch, experience. Once you do that, knowing's there, and there's surely no more fear, doubt, or guilt. But that's the journey that we all agreed to take, so that we would learn to love, okay? How to love, because it's built into you. It's automatic. You're going to love it. You're going to love this, you're going to love that. You love technology, or it's okay. But it wouldn't bug you if your phone didn't turn on today. But you love your internet, So the phone provides the internet to you, what provides you love. You don't, or you love the phone, and then for everything that makes the phone work. It's just, if you love your phone, you need to love your carrier. And you need to love the government that helps put in the infrastructure to help that happen. And you need to love. You need to love. Whether you think it's right or wrong, or this or that or the other, doesn't matter. Okay? You love it. And that's why it's often referred to as a family. So when you have met someone and you really want to be with them, you really, really like them a lot, Well, one, you don't have casual sex with them because that's not admiring and respecting yourself. Okay? It's just not. And if you've already been with this person and now you're trying to reconnect with them, it's, hey, I was thinking about you. How's it going? I just thought I'd check up on you and see how you're doing. Here's some pictures. You know, maybe y'all had a child or something like that together. And you send them some pictures and don't expect an answer back. I don't expect anything back. I love him. I wouldn't feel right if you didn't see how beautiful our baby was. And is she beautiful? Because it's everyone's innate ability to love. I'm going to repeat. A spider is not taught how to spin a web. She just does. Okay? A bee is not taught how to gather water onto its wings and go into the hive and beat it so that it stays cool inside. No one teaches a bee that. It's just innate. They know it. No one teaches a tree. No tree is teaching another tree how to grow and prosper and be abundant. It's just their innate ability. It is your innate ability to love. That's what you do. You got a big heart. It's good. It's very good. And you don't let people tarnish it and make you jaded. Okay? So it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't. I know there's people out there that have a better way of saying this stuff, and certainly better production material. They get it all slicked up and stuff and stuff like that. And some of them have degrees, and some have been studying just as long as I have. But it doesn't make my perspective on it any better or less than theirs. It's just mine. And it either resonates or it doesn't. It's either a nugget for you or it's not. So you keep searching for the one that does. And then that little devil will take you down that hellhole. And you'll read all different kinds of ones. Even though you probably found the one that really works pretty much off the bat. Which was, me. I had a book on Dwyer that I didn't really read. I didn't read it well. I didn't give it my attention like I should have at the time. So then, every time something ugly happened or something, it's got to be a better way. And you got to look. And, I just took it all with a grain of salt. Yeah. So then, I found Neville. It just snapped. Imagination creates reality. Yes, Wagner said that. Who's this guy? And so then I go digging down that rabbit hole. And because my whole life has been spent connecting the dots and crowds and individuals, because of the work I was doing, which I don't, I did it because I felt like I had to do it. It was a responsibility, to grow it. And this seemed the best, easiest way of growing it. Because I didn't really want to mess with it. And then I got into studying authority and governments and, the crowds of the nations and how they work and how all that goes together and how that affects economies and how that affects this, and of course my righteous soul, I was going off at the top. But it was meant to be that way. You can't sing John Lennon's Imagine generation after generation with feeling, with love, and not think things aren't going to change. That's just what my piece of the story is. I was meant to love all those people. Okay? And I was meant to be righteous about others being bullied. Okay, and that's going to stop. And I was very much the mom, okay, the mom looking at all this. And then, eventually it becomes time to take off the mom because, they're living their lives. But you're always the mom because you innately love. Okay, so if you've met someone that you really like and you really want to be with them, then it's, I feel like he may be the one. He may be the one for me. Well, wouldn't that be wonderful? And, go read Cinderella. Yep, I think he's my Prince Charming, and I am his Cinderella. And this is the beauty of fairy tales. Go pick up one. Go pick up Cinderella. Yep, I think I'm Prince Charming headed towards Cinderella's house now. And get a doorknob. But the idea of loving yourself is understanding that's the nature of your being. It's to love. Okay? It's to love. And if you're finding a hard time loving someone or something, that calls for forgiveness because you're not letting the light shine through. Okay, you've covered it up with a little muck. That's that's all it is. So, if you've been exposed to things that you never really, dug into, certain techniques or things like that you just automatically blew off, maybe you should go back and look at them. But for most of us, if you've been doing LOA for a long time, then your consciousness has risen. And it's time for you to give credit where credit is due. Okay? I know I'm a child of God, and God is love. It is my privilege to be here to experience love. So I know the perfect love is right here, and I'll see him when I see him. He's here. He's not lost. He's in my world, and I'm going to see him. And I just can't wait. He's going to be like Prince Charming. He's going to be loyal and faithful. And he's going to be like my cat. He loves me. He's on me. This is what the clips at the beginning and the ending of this video are to emphasize. It's a feeling. The feeling of love. You're to love everyone and everything. You don't have to like them, but you do have to love them. And the more you love, the more life comes to you. It just expands and grows in abundance. And you claim these things with the secret power. I am. And you put your mind aside, all those roles you play, and you just go be a human being, sitting in a chair, relaxed, and claiming, I am love, and I am life, and I am spirit. And you just do that for a few minutes, 2-3 times a day. Just go out and hang with nature. Just be silent. Because part of the law of vibration is, it's always moving, it's always vibrating. So you have to let it be at rest sometimes to rejuvenate, to build that power back up, where you start running out of energy, vitality, these things that are a part of life, which means you're using up your love and you need to go rest so you can fill back up. Okay, so doing those meditations and claiming I am love and I am life, understanding that you've been raising your consciousness, so it's God in your heart has planned this all out. Thank you very much. It's not for you to thank. It's for you to love. That's your innate ability. So just like a spider can weave a web, and just like a spider can make a sack and fill it up with hundreds of little babies, that's its purpose. Okay? Everything loves. And it uses its web making abilities to have life. Okay? And then it's love. And then for human beings, it's just to love. You're the highest form of creation. It is for you to love, and if you love it all, then all of it loves you back, So I hope this helps. Blessings to you, and thank you. Thank you for being you.
Oh, yes! 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 Jamie! Jamie!
Hope! Hope! Oh, my feet! Oh, Hope! I thought I'd never see you again.
Peter, you're okay.
No!
Peter, oh, I'm so happy. I thought about you all the time.
Missed you.
I missed you, Peter, and I love you.
Love conquers all, so the story is told. Love doesn't get old, it gets stronger. Love conquers all, that's not hard to believe. If you find it naive, you'll believe it when you try. Taking it to heart, fill it up with love, offer it to someone new. When the ticket's gone, have them pass it on, they will have as much as you. Love is what you